Awards. All the guys in here know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's right. Everybody put your hands together for Miss Rebekah Kochan.
Just like this good-looking Saturday night crowd. Give it up for yourself. Woo! Did you guys see Air Supply last night? Anybody? No, you guys are too young looking to see Air Supply, right? Those motherfuckers brought their own Air Supply, okay? There were no bunch. So welcome. I'm so happy you're all here. My name is Rebekah Kochan. I've starred in a lot of scary movies, but they're terrible. I'm serious. Google me after the show and you'll be like, she wasn't lying. Those movies are shit. Like, the movies I'm in are so bad, while I'm filming them, they come out on Tubi. Totally. I'm serious. So we drove here, my husband, who you're going to see after me, he's hilarious. We drove here from LA a couple days ago, and it took forever. There were a million Teslas on the road. I was like, man, for such an expensive car, you'd think it'd come with blinkers. Right? So I am in a lot of scary movies, and sometimes I get fan mail, and I always try to respond, right? So this guy wrote me last week on Instagram, and he's like, oh, I love you and When a Killer Calls. I'm a really big fan. And so I type back, oh, thank you, I appreciate it, right? And he types back, no, I'm your #1 fan and I'm gonna prove it to you, right? And I was like, oh, geez. So I thought about it for a second, and then I typed back, well, I really don't like anyone in Congress. So, who the fuck knows? Who knows how it's gonna pan out? So are you from here, somewhere shitty, a little bit of both? Little Sacramento, that's not shitty. No, we were just in Florida. That's pretty dirty, you know what I mean? They need to do a bar rescue for the entire state of Florida. It's true. If Florida were a person, it would have a necklace made out of teeth and it wouldn't be allowed to live next to a school. Tell me I'm wrong. It's true. I can't talk shit though. I live in Hollywood, California, right? Have you guys been to Hollywood? Oh, he's she's like, yeah. Yeah, people think that LA is like a glamorous city that has a homeless problem, but in reality, it's a tent city with a douchebag problem. In case you didn't know. But we're all here tonight in Reno, and that's the important thing, right? You know how they always say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, what happens in Reno usually follows you home and requires a shot to get rid of. It's true. It's true. The last time my husband and I were performing here, we were having a drink at the bar outside, just right outside here. The bartender's like, oh man, you guys gotta come back tomorrow for the zombie pub crawl. I was like, bro, have you been outside? It's like, it's happening all the time. For real. But I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Any Clark County peeps up in this bitch? Yeah, I love it. Yeah, they say Las Vegas has quadrupled in size in the past 10 years. Isn't that bananas? And they say meth doesn't have any good uses. It's true. You know why it takes Nevada so long to count the ballots during the election is because they only teach all of us how to count to 21. And then we say bust and go like this. It's very sad. Are we drinking tonight, Reno? Speaking of which, I forgot to tell you, I was supposed to give you guys a message. There was someone dropped a tray of drinks back there, and so they're remaking them. And so if your drinks are taking a long time, that's what happened. They were like, hey, comic vagina, go tell them about the drink. So there you go. You've been told. But no, my husband and I, we travel all over the world doing stand-up. We were recently in Yuma, Arizona. Anyone ever been to Yuma? Yeah? Are you military? Yeah. Yes, thank you for your service. Well, for the rest of you that don't know, Yuma is actually short for, you motherfuckers need to find another place to live. Right? It's true. So let's see, where else were we? We were just in Salt Lake City, Utah. Party capital of the world. Right? Here's the thing. My first boyfriend was Mormon, right? And it's always hard when you date somebody that's a different religion than you are, but it's really hard when they're Mormon, right? Because you go over to the house to meet the parents for the first time, and you have to meet the dad, and then the mom, and then the other mom. You know what I mean? It's true. This guy was nuts, though. We had a bad breakup. He pulled out a gun, and he was like, I'm gonna kill myself. yourself. And I was like, no, you can't do that. His safety was on. We're not together anymore. So like Mike said, I hosted the AVN Awards on Showtime a few years ago. Those are the porn awards. I don't do porn, okay? Not that I'm knocking it, right? Anyone having anal sex should be getting paid, okay? But I hosted the porn awards, and it was a very educational experience, as you can imagine. Learned a lot that weekend, right? This porn star came up to me backstage during the award show, and she told me that she makes $10,000 a week. I'm not joking, right? A week shoving sex toys up her cooch on OnlyFans, right? I was like, man, I shoved a cucumber up my cooch one time on video, and all I got was kicked out of a Trader Joe's. So I was impressed, as you can imagine. You know, when we were coming down the escalator just now to do this show, this Michael Jackson song came on, and I was like, man, can you believe it's already been like 15 years since Michael Jackson molested any kids? Fuck you guys, that's hilarious, all right? It's true. Until Thriller comes on, everyone's always like, Michael Jackson was a pedophile. But the second Thriller comes on, we're all like, 'cause this is Thriller, right? But to be fair, his music was so good, we should have been paying him in kids. Am I wrong? Reno. Don't turn on me yet, Reno. Don't do it. So I've been with Dante for 16 years, which is a long time. Thank you, that's like 80,000 years in Hollywood, so there you go. It was his birthday a few months ago, right? I'm planning a big party, doing the good wife stuff that you do. He comes up to me as we're planning and he goes, babe, I really want to hire a Journey cover band for my birthday. And I was like, well, babe, why don't we just save some money and hire Journey? Right? They're not doing anything right now. So I have a stepdaughter. Any parents, step-parents in the house? Oh, 2 of you procreated? Okay. Wow, lucky you guys. Jeez. Man, parenting is really hard when you're not day drinking. Am I right? Anyone? Front row? Nobody? One person? All right, I'll take it. Lady in the back, high five. You see me. I see you. Guy right there. We're on the same page. It's true though. Raising kids is fucking hard, man. So last week, her and Dante were going off to Home Depot. I forget what we needed. And she and I were in a fight. We were yelling at each other. And on the way out the door, she turns to me and she goes, you know what, Rebecca? I'm going to tell Dad to pick up a new stepmom in the hose section. I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Can I buy that joke from you? I'm about to become a great aunt for the 3rd time. I'm not joking, because Dante's niece is a whore, I think is the technical term for it. I'm not sure. But no, when I first started opening for Dante on the road, people would always be like, oh, I bet the only reason you get to open for Dante is because you're sleeping with them. And I'd be like, yeah, way to fuck your way to the middle, Rebecca. Right? People are rude. That's true. We dated for a long time before we got married, so of course everyone was always like, when are you guys getting married? When are you guys getting married? When are you right? And I was so sick of it that I just started saying, well, like my mom always used to say, why buy the cow when you can blow them and get whatever the hell you want, right? Ladies know what I'm talking about. I love it. So this next story is embarrassing. Dante was like, you leave those nice Reno people alone and don't tell them our personal business. But I feel like we bonded, it's Saturday, fuck it, right? So recently Dante, my husband of 16 years, asked me, his wife, for Valentine's Day to grow my bush out, right? Right, well that was a mixed reaction, woo! What he didn't realize when he asked me to do it is the same coarse Jufro hair I have on my head. It's the same hair I'm gonna have down there, right? And it is huge right now. Huge. Like it's so big that it's starting to dread. All it wants to do is listen to reggae and smoke pot, eat Taco Bell. At least it smells like it eats Taco Bell. I don't know why. But it's huge, of course. It's like a Brillo pad down there. But I'll tell you this much, Reno, our dishes have never been cleaner. Every time I queef, it's like a scrubbing bubble. It's great. So I'm at the age where like everyone's always asking me if I'm gonna have a baby, right? Because I'm in my mid-30s and I have a vagina. And by mid-30s, I mean I'm 40. But so people, and the answer is no, I'm not gonna have a baby. First of all, having a baby sounds like a fucking pyramid scheme, all right? That's number one. Number two, I think Arby's is an acceptable place to eat, so I know I shouldn't pass on my genes. You're welcome, right? But I feel like men are always the ones wanting to pass on their genes, right? Guys are always like, oh man, I want to pass on my genes. I always want to be like, oh, did you cure cancer? Because if not, shut the fuck up, right? It's true. Thank you. But no, all my friends are having babies, and of course I'm happy for them, but they want you to play in the shower and buy them all this stuff, right? So I'm planning my friend's baby shower, and I was thinking, we're doing this all wrong. How about when your friend has a baby, and that baby turns 18, and they're a functioning member of society, then I'll buy you a fucking crock pot. How does that sound, right? Right? Because at this point, you're just knocked up. So the difficult part of this process hasn't really started yet. Anyway, that's how I feel. I'm gonna switch it up. Who here comes from a fucked up family? Does anyone here come from a fucked up family? Good, finally some honesty. Everyone else this week, all the crowds have been like, not us, we don't come from a fucked up family. Yeah, you know you come from a fucked up family when your favorite relative is the one that abused you the least, right? It's true, it's true. So I'm Jewish. Any other Jews up in this bitch? One. All right, we should get the fuck out of here too. Those are bad numbers, right? Now, when I was growing up, though, we were poor Jews. Have you ever heard of such a crazy thing? Poor Jews, right? That's like hearing about a family of smart Italians. I can say that because my husband's name is Dante Rasholelli, okay? It's true, we were poor Jews. We didn't have Lucky Charms, we had Sucky Charms. It's true. When we went to the Las Vegas Strip, we wouldn't go to Circus, we'd have to go to Suck Ass. By the way, do you remember like when we were growing up and you'd have to go to the circus to see like the bearded lady and the obese man, right? And now that's just called Walmart, right? Times have changed. But no, when I was a kid, I loved to play games with my Jewish grandparents, but hide and go seek was always the worst because they were like really good hiders, you know what I mean? Like really good hiders. The game would always be over halfway through because while they were hiding, they would panic and swallow all their jewelry. It was just, all right, you sensitive babies, relax. The Jewish guy laughed, so there you go, okay? Calm the fuck down, everybody. Now, so one of my younger brothers, I have two younger brothers, and one of them just got a BB gun for his birthday, okay? I've never shot a gun in my life, which I know is fucking lame. I've shot guns in horror movies, like fake guns, which you'll see when you Google me after the show, these terrible movies. But I've never shot a real gun. So my brother's like, dude, you gotta shoot something with the BB gun. I'm like, fine. So I take this gun, and I'm all awkward, and I see a bird, okay? So I aimed that gun, and I fired, bang! And the bird fell right down to the bottom of its cage. My mom was pissed when she got home, for sure. For sure. So we do, so Dante and I do a lot of shows for the USO and for our military. Give it up for our military, please. I know several of you have served. Thank you for your service, truly. So a couple years ago, we were on a USO tour of Egypt, okay? So on this tour, it was me, my husband Dante, and these two other comics that are also both Jewish, and that's important for in a minute, okay? So we have the day off in Egypt, and so we're like, well, we gotta go see the pyramids, right? You gotta go on the pyramid tour. Well, they don't tell you when you go on the pyramid tour is you're climbing through this dark, steep stone hole for like 20 minutes before you get to where you can even see anything, right? So I'm in front climbing, and behind me is Dante, and behind me are the other two comics, and all I hear the whole time is, oh my God, I can't breathe, we're never gonna get there. I was like, man, when the Jew slaves were building the pyramids, you know, this is exactly what it sounded like, right? Just complaining Jews. I was like, this experience is so authentic. It's true. So we're close, so I'll tell you this. I had a pregnancy scare last month. I know. So I did what anyone in America would do. I went to the 99-cent store, and I got one of those kits, and I peed on the stick, and I was waiting, and I was like, please, God, don't let me be pregnant, please. I swear, if I'm not pregnant, I'll quit smoking pot all day, every day, and I'll start going to synagogue. And I looked at the thing, and it said negative, and I was like, never mind, God, never mind. I have this completely under control, right? One of my girlfriends last week, she was like, God, you know, my boyfriend is always watching like the kinkiest porn online, and then he wants me to do the kinky shit that he sees in the porn, and I don't know what to do, right? I was like, listen, if your boyfriend wants you to do kinky porn shit, the next time you order a pizza, you should just fuck the pizza guy. Right? These guys are like, no. That's stupid. Real comics always suck. It's true though. It's true. Men like to think about their woman and their woman's best friend like doing it, right? We have fantasies too, don't we, ladies? Thank you. Like, I like to think about my husband, Dante, and his best friend. With their shirts off, cleaning out the fucking garage like they said they would. You hear that applause, gentlemen? Do you hear it? It's true. By the way, gentlemen, public service announcement, women don't like to 69. That's a you thing, all right? It's true. Thank you. If a woman ever suggests to you that you should 69, it means she's gonna murder you in your fucking sleep. Facts. I might have saved lives tonight, who knows? That's what I do, I save lives. So, when I was in my early 20s, I thought I was a lesbian, for real, right? Because every time I saw a penis, I was always like, what? Right? But then I realized I'm not a lesbian. I'm every woman. That's how we all feel, right? You want to know what a penis looks like to us, gentlemen? Let me tell you. A penis looks like if you took an old crippled turtle out of its shell and boiled it for 3 hours. And that's what we're supposed to get excited about? Surely I must be gay, right? No. It's just how things work here on planet Earth. So, man, am I right? My husband a couple days ago he was like, babe, I had a lot of pineapple juice to drink today, right? I was like, who came up with this whole pineapple semen thing, right? Like, who is this sommelier of cum, if you will, that came up with this? Because it wasn't a woman, I can tell you that right fucking now, right? Not one woman has ever had stuff in her mouth and been like, you know what? I just want to keep this in my mouth a couple seconds longer than I absolutely have to. So I can pick up the notes in this. Thank you so much, you guys. That's my